वेलकम टू नॉलेज अपडेट चैनल। जीएसटीएन ने एक बहुत बड़ा चेंज किया है विच इज इफेक्टिव फ्रॉम 1st October 2024। A new system, new facility called invoice management system has been introduced. In my view, it is called a bridge connecting from GSTR 1 to GST 2B to GST 3B. So ये जो फैसिलिटी है वो फैसिलिटी सब इन्वॉइसेस जो है जो फ्लो होती है फ्रॉम सप्लायर टू रिसिपिएंट एंड फ्रॉम रिसिपिएंट टू 2B टू 3B, वो पूरी सिस्टम को ये फैसिलिटी हेल्प करेगी। तो लेट अस अंडरस्टैंड इन दिस पर्टिकुलर प्रेजेंटेशन अबाउट इनवॉइस मैनेजमेंट सिस्टम। So the agenda for this particular topic, which primarily includes first to understand key features of IMS, second invoice approval process क्या होगी, third what will impact on input tax credit, fourth what are the benefits of IMS, also we'll also talk about the challenges of IMS, and lastly conclusion, how can we look at the overall scenario of how IMS will be helpful or painful to us in practice. Let us first look at which are the main key features of IMS. So essential aspects I have divided into the 5 parts. First point is that let us understand the launch date. अगर आज आप जाओगे GSTN पोर्टल पे बिफोर 1st October तो you won't find anything. So 1st October 2024 is the date which they have announced as a launch date. From that date onwards, you can understand and identify कि IMS system क्या है. Second very important thing, it is talking about invoice decision by recipient. आज क्या होता है कि whenever you look for the input tax credit claim, you find lot of list of the invoices. Then you identify कि इसमें से कितना मुझे क्लेम करना है, नहीं क्लेम करना है. Now that process may be done through software or through Excel file. Now this particular portal will ask you to do decisions, either accept, reject or pending on a portal system itself. Third, integration with 2B. As I mentioned, I believe it's an interconnection, it's a linking of GSTR 1 to 2B to 3B. So whatever decision which you've taken, it will link to 2B. And fourth point is a real-time dashboard update. So as soon as some change happens, you as a recipient, you can review the whatever GSTR 1 invoices have been pushed to you. You can real time, you can see and take decision. And lastly, it will help us to basically have integration. So all three, either is GSTR 1 or IFF or GST 1A. So whatever way the invoices are being pushed by suppliers, it can be either GSTR 1 or IFF or 1A. So they all will move to recipient dashboard. So from supplier to recipient dashboard, by any of these 3 modes, this will come and sit in dashboard of recipient. Now let us understand with respect to the dashboard. So how can you navigate to IMS dashboard? So today when you look at, you may not be able to understand कि कहाँ पे कैसे है, बट आपके लॉगिन जैसे GSTN पोर्टल पे आप लॉगिन करोगे, वो लॉगिन में ही under services there is written, under written there will be additional line item will be updated from 1st October 24, that is invoice management system dashboard. So login करने के बाद services के अंदर returns में IMS dashboard will be displayed from 1st October 24, and once you click on the dashboard, then it will give you the additional information. So there are mainly 2 parts. First part is about inward supply and second is about outward supplies. Your primary responsibility which is primarily on inward supplies, because what happens in inward supplies, you get to know that how many suppliers has filed about your invoices, and then that invoices you can accept, reject, and then it will flow to 2B and then 3B. So inward supplies is primarily useful to get input tax credit. So once you click on inward supplies, the next dashboard will provide you a listing, overall summary, listing of the different kind of the invoices by category, B2B invoices, B2B invoice amendments, debit notes, credit notes, and other invoices. So there will be a summary table which will provide you the how many invoices which you've taken actions. So if no actions, the number of issues of no actions, accepted, rejected, pending. So this is the overall tabular summary of whatever the invoice wise action which you've taken. And once you drop down, once you click down, you will have a listing of the invoices where you can take a decision whether you want to accept, reject, or pending. Now with this, I think I have a brief understanding about the how IMS dashboard will be there, and let us now go into little bit detail to understand what will be the process of approve of invoices and how the process will flow. So first is that the invoices are displayed in IMS dashboard. As I mentioned that as supplier files GSTR 1, IFF or 1A, the invoices will be pushed to your dashboard in the recipient dashboard in IMS dashboard. Second, once you look at the invoices listing, then you have the option either to accept if you feel that is a correct invoice which you want to take as an inputs credit, reject where you feel that something that is wrong. Today also when you just look at out of 10, around 20% to 30% maybe or not pertains to your, maybe because of some error is there. So you must reject it. Or third, you can keep pending. Probably you want to have discussion interaction with the client, or you want to see internally with accountants, so you can also keep pending. So you have three options: either you accept, reject, or keep pending for review. Third, action deadline. Actions on invoice before 3B filing to be considered valid. So as I mentioned, it's a bridge linking between 1 to 2B and then 3B. So only before 3B you take action, then it will be flow there. Implicit acceptance, point number 4, which is very critical for all of us to understand that in case अगर आपने कोई भी एक्शन नहीं लिया, आपके पास सब लिस्ट ऑफ इनवॉइस आ गए और लिस्ट ऑफ इनवॉइसेस में आपने एक्सेप्ट रिजेक्ट नहीं किया है, देन इट विल बी ट्रीटेड एज अ डीम्ड टू बी एक्सेप्टेड. अगर आप कुछ भी नहीं करते हो, देन इट विल बी ट्रीटेड एज अ डीम्ड टू बी एक्सेप्टेड एंड इट विल फ्लो टू 2B and 3B. So in my view, it is very very important that at least in case if you are not sure, please make it pending. If you are sure, accept or reject. However, if you don't do anything, that means the no actions mean it will be deemed to be accepted. And in case wherever the invoice is amended, the amended invoice will again reflect in the original invoice and it will replace the original invoice before you do acceptance, rejection, or pending invoice action. Now I think that provide you overall idea about how the process. But now let's understand the impact on ITC. See, ultimately अपने जो बात की है कि जो IMS सिस्टम है, तो IMS सिस्टम जो है वो ऑब्जेक्टिव क्या है कि जो सप्लायर और रिसिपिएंट दोनों के बीच में जो इंटरेक्शन है वो क्लियर हो जाए. There is no need to have a separate record for that. But ultimately it is going to be part of the 3B by way of 2B. So input tax credit जो अवेलमेंट है उसका क्या इम्पैक्ट होगा? As soon as you accept invoices, the invoices will be reflected in LUF ITC in 2B. अगर there is a amended invoices handling, so ITC related to amended invoices is reflected in 2B of the following month, aiding in accurate reporting. So in case if amendment happens in invoices, it will go to the next month as the amendment happens. And in case of pending invoices, for example, अगर आपने मार्क किया कि ये invoice accepted, rejected, matter no issues, but once you mark as pending, that pending invoice will be carried forward to next month, and till the validity period like 30th November, till the whatever validity period is there, you can claim it. So it is subject to your limitation of the maximum period which you can claim. However, the pending invoice will be accumulated, so it will be easier for us to understand that कितने invoices ऐसे हैं जहाँ पे अपने को कोई decision लेना है. And now coming to the last very important point is to have overall understanding of benefits of IMS. I will say definitely also talking about the challenges along with benefits. So let us first understand benefits. First is accurate monitoring. Because क्या होता है अभी कि अभी सिस्टम में ऐसा है कि we have to manually track either in Excel file or in software somewhere कि कितनी इनवॉइसेस आई थी, उसमें कितनी पेंडिंग है, फिर नेक्स्ट मंथ उसको कैरी फॉरवर्ड करो, कैरी फॉरवर्ड फिर बाद देखो कि वो एक्सेप्ट हुआ नहीं हुआ. सो लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स वर देयर वेयर वी आर डूइंग मैन्युअली और सम अदर वेज. But however, with this IMS, I am sure that this is going to be helpful to have a compilation of everything and tracking of everything through a system. So it will help transparency once you, if you don't accept, you reject, the suppliers will get to know. जो मैंने बताया कि आईएमएस में दो है, एक इनवर्ड है और दूसरा आउटवर्ड है. तो जैसे आपने फाइलिंग किया और somebody rejected, it comes back to you also. So it's a transparency between supplier and recipient. Seamless integrations, as I understand, that is flowing from A to B, B to A, and real-time updates. As soon as they update, it will reflect on you. So I think it's a wonderful piece where we can have all information coming together at one level. Let me just look at the challenges as a part of my conclusion part also, because what I understand is that the conclusion first challenge in my view is that training and awareness. सेकंड वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट चैलेंज ये है कि अगर आपने उसको एक्सेप्ट नहीं किया, 13 के बाद और 20 के बीच में आपको सब एक्सेप्ट करने हैं. अगर आपने उसको एक्सेप्ट रिजेक्ट कुछ नहीं किया, पेंडिंग भी नहीं किया, तो क्या होगा? इफ यू डोंट टेक एनी एक्शन, इट विल इट अ डिम्ड एक्सेप्टेंस. तो क्या वो ऑटोमेटिकली आपका डिम्ड एक्सेप्टेंस फ्लो हो जाएगा. सो इवन दो इन माय व्यू इट इज अ फैसिलिटी, इट इज सिस्टम, बट इन माय व्यू इट इज कंपल्सरी. अगर कंपल्सरी इसलिए कि अगर आपने उसको कुछ नहीं किया तो वो आपका एक्सेप्ट हो जाएगा. तो चैलेंजिंग इन माय व्यू इज दैट यू हैव टू रियली सी दैट कि जो आपको लेना है वही लेना है, नहीं लेना तो पेंडिंग टैग कर दो. एंड थर्ड वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट चैलेंज ये है कि जैसे हमने बात किया अबाउट टेकिंग इनपुट एज क्रेडिट, थर्ड इज दैट अगर आपने इनवॉइस फाइल किया, GST1 फाइल किया और somebody has rejected, recipient has rejected, then also you have to verify that कि what is the course of action on you as somebody is rejected, and then you may have to amend if something is wrong. So there is also responsibility cast on that part, but in my view overall it's a good facility, good thing for accuracy and transparency of Bigrism, and I'm sure that at over the period it will evolve more. So I will also discuss in detail about the frequently asked questions which the GST has already issued on that in the next. So thank you so much.